Matchup underway, World Championship on the line.
Wow. Look at Mark's.
That belt coming home with me, I can promise you that. That belt is coming home with me.
You see the size disparity as Rey Mysterio takes it right to the world's strongest man. And Mark Henry with a big right hand. Now, John, we talked about this path to destruction that Mark Henry's on, but it has to be a much different Mark Henry tonight, because if he goes to the measures he's gone to over recent weeks, especially when he did the Chavo last week, well, Mark Henry would be disqualified, can't win the championship.
The last time these men got into a ring together, Mark Henry beat Rey Mysterio in the very middle of the ring.
Non-title matchup in a match that you've goaded Rey Mysterio into. Quickly in the early going, Mark Henry is setting the pace.
Look at Mark Henry. Didn't go after him. He's not going to be out of control. Mark Henry knows what he needs to do, and he's going to do it.
Right hand by the world's strongest man. And there is a choke, a blatant choke, but a 5 count to release it. Referee Nick Patrick warning Mark Henry. What does Rey Mysterio have to do, in your estimation, to somehow survive this matchup?
Mark Henry has to make a mistake. It's like trying to chop down a sequoia with a hand axe. It is virtually impossible.
Oh, the shoulder to the gut.
Mark Henry has to do something dumb. That is the only way that Mark Henry is going to lose tonight.
And Mark Henry has not done many dumb things over the past few months.
He's not a dumb man, Michael Cole. That's the reason.
And how fired up is Mark Henry? He realizes he's moments away from winning the title, but there may be a mistake. Took a little too much time. Mysterio rolled out of the way. Rey Mysterio, what the hell's he doing? Rey Mysterio gonna go to the top rope?
He's got to go for broke. It's his only chance.
And he went for broke. Zayn the top up down the ring. Rey Mysterio taking it to the big man. Rey is rolling. Can he knock off the world's strongest man and retain the title? Will the dream continue when we come back? Talk about an emotional tidal wave during the commercial break. Welcome back to Friday Night SmackDown. Mark Henry, the challenger. Rey Mysterio, the world champion, the title on the line. Oh, and Mark Henry continues to use his power. But it was an electric atmosphere during the break when Rey Mysterio was holding his own with the big man. But then Mark Henry, JBL, will duck out of the way, and that's where we are at this point. Henry in control.
This is what's dangerous. T-Rex has a brain. Mark Henry squatted 1,000 pounds in his life. That is 5 Rey Mysterios. This is biblical proportions. This is Gath, the field all over again. It's David versus Goliath, but this time, David does not have a slingshot.
The tree limb-like arm of Mark Henry nearly crushing the chest of Rey Mysterio. And this is where the world's strongest man, so dangerous as the champion, tries desperately to get back into this match, but runs into the big boot of the world's strongest man.
Mark Henry, there could be your next world champion. And if Mark Henry's the world champion, who could stop him?
There is the cover by Mark Henry, and Mysterio kicks out at 1. A nonchalant cover by Mark Henry, but perhaps using the cover only to send a message to Mysterio that he may be able to end this thing whenever he wants.
The psychological game. That's what Mark Henry's playing on Rey Mysterio.
Oh, what a right! Wow. Mysterio driven off the top rope with a straight right hand. And there's a man in Mark Henry that shows no remorse. He has no feelings. He has no emotions. All he wants to do is this. Kick the hell out of his opponent.
It ain't ballet, Michael Cole. This isn't for the faint of heart. It isn't for women and small children. This right here is SmackDown at its best, and it's why we're the A Show. It's why people tune in on Friday nights. It's why we're changing Friday nights. Nobody can replicate this. This is SmackDown at its finest, and that right there, Mark Henry could be the world champion tonight.
Tonight, and maybe just moments away, Mark Henry closing in on his first world championship reign. Our SmackDown fans in total support of Rey Mysterio, but tonight, the 6th man may not be enough.
That's because people like underdogs. Underdogs is not what built this great country. Mark Henry, people like that is what built this great country. Not people coming over here picking fun, hiding under a mask.
Rey Mysterio And a clothesline.
That's power.
The cover. Championship on the line. Up to the leg. He's got it down. Mysterio. The guts of a champion. Mark Henry believed it was a slow count. I think it was just frustration.
I bet against Rey Mysterio every single night. I bet against him when I wrestled him.
I'm surprised you got any money left.
But a good big man always beats a good little man. And I got plenty of money, pal.
Mark Henry wearing the champion down, driving Mysterio into the turnbuckle. Rey Mysterio couldn't even keep himself on his feet, falling to the mat.
This is Mark Henry's kind of match. He told you he felt a man's ribs break.
And he may break Mysterio's ribs right here with this bear hug, tossing Mysterio around like the proverbial rag doll.
This is like the Packers running the sweep, like the 49ers running the West Coast offense. This is Mark Henry's game plan.
Mark Henry may leave Rey Mysterio as a sack of jelly. Mark Henry says he's done that before. He may do it to the champion here tonight.
Why, Michael, would Rey Mysterio be any different? These other guys that he's left laying, these other guys that Mark Henry has hurt, they're all champions. They're all Hall of Famers.
Oh, my.
This is Mark Henry's time.
Just stay down or get out of the way. And there's Mysterio. A knee to the face. Henry's wobbled. Again, boots to the face. Here comes the champion. Rey slides through. Can he get the big man over? Can he do it? Come on, Rey. 400 pounds, nobody home. He would have flattened Mysterio, but Mysterio had the wherewithal to roll out of the way.
I told you Mark Henry had to make a mistake. This could be the little jumping beans chance.
Can Rey Mysterio take advantage? Kick to the back of the head. Mark Henry is hurting.
That would knock a normal man out, but not this man, not Mark Henry. Mark Henry is a mountain of a man. It's more likely to break Rey Mysterio's foot than it is to hurt Mark Henry.
Oh, and right now he's a mountain of a man down in the corner. Rey Mysterio's size is Mark Henry. And that's where Rey wants him. And look at the world's strongest man's
But Michael,
face.
can he beat him? Can he beat Mark Henry? How would he beat this mountain of a man, Mark Henry?
He beat you twice in 1 week. He got the job done there.
He
Rey
did
Mysterio
not
won
beat
the
me, but that's a
championship.
separate point. I cannot stand this little jumping bean.
Rey Mysterio going to the top rope. He got him off the moonsault.
No, not again.
The cover. Got him out. Kick out. That toe.
I told you he can't beat Mark Henry.
The split leg springboard moonsault almost won Mysterio the matchup.
It's fancy. It's impressive. But the man, Mark Henry, the guy in the black tights, that guy cannot be beaten.
Rey Mysterio doing a hell of a job staying in this match.
Like I said, power. A good big man always beats a good small man.
No way.
You can't get disqualified, Mark.
Mysterio landed on the apron. Mark
Turn
Henry
around,
doesn't
Mark.
realize it. What a bulldog! What a bulldog to the top rope! Come on, Rey! Come on, Rey!
How does he do it? How does Rey Mysterio always do it?
Into the cover!
No!
Henry's down!
No!
And Mark Henry kicked out at 2. What a match!
Cinderella needs to go bye-bye.
Cinderella still has a few ticks left in him until midnight.
That's midnight you hear right there. Be striking. Cinderella is going to sleep.
Cross body, and he ran into a brick wall.
Bam!
Did you see that? Mysterio with a crossbody into a brick wall.
Swatted him out of the air like he was a fly. Look at this.
Mark Henry just exposing that steel turnbuckle. But watch this impact. And referee Nick Patrick doing the right thing, trying to put that padding back on the turnbuckle as Rey Mysterio uses quick feet to get back into the match.
Beginning of the end. Look at it.
Mysterio!
What's the referee doing?
Well, he was fixing the
What's the
turnbuckle.
referee doing?
Fixing the turnbuckle.
This is the boy from Silsby, Mark Henry's chance.
Referee Nick
Rey
Patrick.
Mysterio got himself, just trying to get himself disqualified.
Mark Henry threw him into the referee.
What in the hell is Chavo Guerrero doing? He's supposed to be retired. Get out of the ring.
Chavo Guerrero with a steel chair.
Mistake.
Payback. Payback.
Mistake. There's your payback.
And a big right hand.
There's your payback.
Chavo giving it to Mark Henry. But that steel chair didn't even faze the world's strongest man.
Guerrero.
Look at this.
Guerrero is a disgrace.
619. 619 steel chair off skull. Mysterio got caught. Mysterio caught by Henry.
One hand. One hand.
Shot is Guerrero.
What is he doing? How can you possibly be happy about that? Payback. This is a one-on-one match. This is for the World Championship.
Referee Nick Patrick coming to. What the hell's Chavo do? What the hell's he doing? What is he doing? Look at this. Look at this.
No, no.
Look at this.